What's up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're doing well. Pretty quick video here. Start things off. We saw this morning. CEO of Tether had his feathers ruffled a bit when he said an uninformed CEO leading a company being investigated by the SEC launching a competitive stablecoin is being reported spreading fear about Tether. And then he goes on to, of course, assure us all that Tether is great and all. Look, what Brad Garlinghouse said wasn't an attack, as he's saying here below. It's common sense. If you are a leader in any area of cryptocurrencies, the federal government, the U.S. government, they're coming after you. You are in their crosshairs. Doesn't matter if you're the number one altcoin in Ethereum, whether you should be the number one altcoin in XRP, whether you are a decentralized exchange in Uniswap. They're coming after you. And you best believe that stable coins are next on deck. So Brad Garlinghouse just stating the obvious. Now, the CEO of Twitter's got to try to retort here a little bit and calm people's fears. No reason to get people riled up before it happens. And we saw this also when people would say, well, Ripple's going to be sued or XRP is going to be deemed a security. We all clapped back and said, that's ridiculous. And it wasn't ridiculous. It happened. So this is par for the course. Nothing big here. And to be honest, stablecoins do need more regulations. I don't care how many audits Tether or Circle or anyone else claims is happening. It's not enough. We need serious protocols here to ensure not only do you have the custody of the assets that back those stablecoins, are they safe? Of course, Circle sure wasn't when they had all or a majority of their money at Silicon Valley Bank. That was not safe. That could have been catastrophic. You need better regulations here. Stable coins are next. And if you're going to operate here in the United States, you're going to have a higher standard than we've seen in the past. And of course, Ripple will be one of the players here. Tether is still far and away the biggest in the world. But I think we'll see a lot of challengers. Of course, we've already seen PayPal jump in here. There's going to be a lot of big players because it's big business. You get to hold on to everyone's collateral or an interest on that. And they use your little digital funny money online. It's a great business. Tether is the biggest. They make tons, billions and billions of dollars a year. But it's absolutely, without a doubt, what Brad said is true. The U.S. government is going to be knocking on their door. I would almost guarantee it. Peter Brandt weighing in. Great. He's saying XRP is headed to zero against Bitcoin. And he brings up, the charts and the prices. And of course, Bitcoin's at 62,000 and XRP's at 50 cents. And he's wondering, why would anyone want to hold XRP? Why would you, when you've seen the price action? What in the charts leads you to want to invest in XRP? And I don't look at squiggly lines. I just look at value here. And XRP at a 28 billion market cap, I think is great valuation compared to a 65 billion market cap of Solana, an 86 billion market cap of BNB. And even Ethereum at 353 billion, I don't think we will catch them on this run, but I think we will close that gap in a big way. It's just a value play. XRP has been a top cryptocurrency in the world. It is, on a great path to growth, I feel, with all the upgrades that are coming out here in short order, a lot of very important ones. It will be a network that is used to a much higher degree. So I disagree. Of course, we are going to zero. I think this will be a great growth phase. But of course, we missed out on one full bull run in many ways. Yes, XRP went up to $1.80 or whatever it was, but you really didn't get any substantial growth there because we were really fighting for our lives. And you were fighting all those headwinds, and you didn't really get to stretch your legs and run. And I think it will surprise a lot of people once we really do get up here and cranking and you see the altcoin space erupt. I think XRP is going to surprise a lot of people. I still think we have some cooking to do. I think we'll hit the summer doldrums, but late this year, headed into next year, I think we will have a clear run and things will develop nicely. The future will end all arguments, right? There's no way to know until we get there. But when I look at XRP at its current valuation and our possible growth potential ahead, I really, really like where we stand. We'll see it play out. We'll see if Peter Brand is correct or if I am. Of course, he's a better trader. He can read the squiggly lines, not my game. But I disagree with him. I think from these price points, XRP is going to be the better performer. I'd rather buy 50 cent XRP than $62,000 Bitcoin. Only time will tell, though, right? This is interesting. U.S. bans crypto miner from nuclear base area. And they're looking at Chinese-owned cryptocurrency miners out here. They are forcing them to sell their land, saying, you know what, you're too close to our nuclear bases. And that might make sense anyway, no matter what foreign entity owns land and some sort of facilities too close for comfort there. But it's interesting they're focusing directly on Bitcoin miners. And I've talked about this in the past. Your biggest problem right now with the Bitcoin network is not the mining pools. It's not a big deal. It is that most of the miners are built by Chinese companies. It's not just because, China is adversarial to the US or vice versa. You don't want that centralization there. And I think other players in the US and Europe are going to step up here and make some competitive mining rigs here. We know Block is getting ready to do that, and I think others will as well. But this is a concern of the U.S. government, whether it's real or just perceived, that, they don't know exactly everything that's in the firmware of these machines, and might they be misused for other purposes? I would suspect no. I would think if it was doing something other than mining Bitcoin, someone would have picked up on it by now, but it doesn't mean at least the U.S. government won't use that as propaganda to go after, some of these mining farms. And we see that starting to play out here. This is kind of the first chess move. And if anything, I think it'll open the way for other U.S. Mining companies that want to build those rigs to jump in here and be competitive and really get off the ground here, because it's just been a dominating affair by China to date. We'll have to see if anyone can start to really make headwind here in this market. Hopefully either Block does or someone else, because again, regardless of all this political stuff, we want the whole totality of the network to be as decentralized as possible. Where all the miners are located, where the hash power is located, of course, not too much in any given mining pool, but the equipment still a big deal. So hopefully we see some progress there as we continue forward. Bitcoin traders expect Fed Chair Powell to pump our bags. And that's not just Bitcoin, it's crypto at large. We expect a return to the funny money era, low interest rates, just quantitative easing, all of this. And this is interesting. We see, who is this? Petersheim saying that they're not going to cut the rates for 2 to 5 years. And I think when you look at the current interest rates, if you're going to have sound monetary policy, that makes sense. You should have a cost of money. That's only common sense. I don't believe we can do it. Not with the debt load that the U.S. government itself has. How much of our GDP would just be going to interest payments? No less what's going to happen to commercial real estate, which is going to be under duress anyhow, and just a lot of different areas of the economy. I don't personally believe they can stay at these elevated rates, even though historically they're not bad. They are for how much debt is actually out there, and I don't see us being able to go 2 to 5 years without a cut. We'll see how long within this year we can keep this up without having to start to bring it down. But they eventually will have to resort to their kind of normal status as easy and, low interest rates, quantitative easing, just trying to pump the economy. They're going to have to, because it's the doldrums out there. Don't just look at the stock market. Look when you're out shopping, what's going on. Look at your car lots, how many cars are moving, your housing markets. They got to get this economy cranking in real terms, and I just don't see them keeping it as it is right now. Of course, they're trying to do what they can against inflation, but they'll only be able to take it so far. And I think when that happens, you will see crypto respond positively, because that's part of its core attributes there. Being sound money, being non-debasable. You can't print it to oblivion, and it just goes, the longer we continue under this current financial system, more people will flee to other alternatives, crypto being one of them. Last, I thought this was really an interesting video by Nick Bostrom. And he was saying, when we look at AI and we imagine how things may go wrong, we have endless possibilities. You've seen Terminator and any other number of scary movies. And, you hear a lot of people out there talking about, the bad parts about AI. But can you imagine and really articulate what a utopia or super good outcome will look like for humanity due to AI? It's really hard to imagine. And I haven't heard anyone clearly give that vision. And why is that? It's because we can't, envision this actually working out for us and building a better world, or what is the reason for that? But I thought that was really interesting, because we do tend to dwell on all the bad stuff when there's a lot of great things that can come out of artificial intelligence. progress usually does propel humanity forward, even though there's a lot of risks and people misuse any technology for bad purposes. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.